Did you know that silly little thing your dog does could actually be a sign of a serious illness? Many times, the most serious symptoms start discreetly, seeming completely harmless. The problem is that when we finally realize something is wrong, it might be too late. The truth is that our dogs are masters at hiding pain and discomfort. It's a survival instinct that comes from wild ancestors, where showing weakness could mean being abandoned by the group. That's why when a dog finally shows that something is obviously wrong, the condition is usually quite advanced. As veterinarians, we see this happen every day. Pet owners come to the clinic saying the symptoms started out of nowhere, when in reality the signs had been there for weeks or even months, just going unnoticed. The dog that was always playful and suddenly lost interest in toys, that occasional cough we thought was normal, or even that strong breath we always ignored. Today, we're going to talk about 5 serious conditions that every dog owner should recognize before it's too late. We're going to explore signs that seem normal or even cute, but that might actually be screaming for help. And I'm going to tell you about a specific condition, number 4, which is one of the most important and least noticed by pet owners. Before we start, please leave in the comments your name and the city where you're watching our content. Condition 1. Occasional coughs that seem like choking. How many times have you seen your dog cough or make that strange little noise, as if he had choked on something and thought, "Oh, he must have drunk water too fast," or "He must have inhaled something small"? This reaction is completely understandable and natural. After all, who hasn't choked while drinking water or eating something? But let's tell you a truth that might surprise you. This apparently innocent cough could be one of the first signs of very serious conditions. One of them is tracheal collapse, a condition where the cartilage that keeps the trachea open begins to weaken. Imagine the trachea as a flexible straw that, over time, starts to flatten when air passes through it. The result is that dry, irritating cough that many pet owners mistake for simple choking. Another even more worrying possibility is heart problems. When the heart isn't working properly, fluid can accumulate in the lungs, causing coughing. It's as if the body is trying to expel this excess fluid through coughing. Dogs with heart problems frequently develop this characteristic cough, especially during the night or after light exercise. The great danger lies in delayed diagnosis. When we ignore these signs, we're allowing the condition to progress. In the case of tracheal collapse, what started as an occasional cough can evolve into severe breathing difficulties. With heart problems, delay can mean the difference between effective treatment and irreversible complications. So when should you worry? If the cough happens more than once a week, if it's getting more frequent, if it happens mainly at night or after exercise, or if it comes accompanied by excessive tiredness, it's time to see the veterinarian. Don't wait for it to get worse. Condition 2. Excessive itching or licking. Let's talk about a behavior that almost every pet owner has observed. That dog that won't stop scratching or licking a certain area of the body. Most people's first reaction is to think, "Oh, it must be a habit," or "It's just a nervous tick." Some even find it cute to see the pet constantly licking itself, interpreting it as natural cleaning behavior. This perception couldn't be further from reality. Excessive itching or licking is frequently an alarm signal from the body, indicating everything from severe allergies to complex autoimmune diseases. Let's explain this better. Allergies in dogs can be food-related, environmental, or contact allergies. When a dog develops an allergic reaction, the skin becomes the battlefield. Intense itching is the way the body finds to try to relieve irritation, but the act of constantly scratching or licking creates a vicious cycle. The more the animal scratches, the more the skin gets irritated and the more itchy it feels. But there's something even more worrying: autoimmune diseases. In these conditions, the dog's own immune system attacks healthy skin cells, causing inflammation, intense itching, and lesions that can be devastating. The consequences of ignoring these signs are serious. First, secondary infections develop. When the skin is constantly irritated and wounded by excessive scratching, bacteria and fungi find a perfect entry point. These infections can spread and become systemic. Additionally, the dog lives in chronic suffering with constant itching that affects their quality of life, sleep, and general well-being. How do you differentiate normal itching from pathological? Every dog scratches occasionally, that's normal. But if you observe your pet scratching several times a day, always in the same places, if there's redness, wounds, hair loss, or if the behavior is interfering with the animal's normal activities, it's time to investigate more deeply. Condition 3. Seemingly normal tiredness or laziness. Is there anything more natural than a dog resting? Our pets sleep most of the day, and that's completely normal. But let's tell you something that might change your perspective. Sometimes, what we interpret as laziness or calm behavior could be a silent cry for help. When a dog starts getting quieter, sleeping more than usual, or showing less interest in activities that previously excited them, many pet owners think, "How nice, he's calmer now," or "It must be age catching up." This interpretation can be a serious mistake that costs dearly. Excessive tiredness can indicate several serious conditions. Anemia, for example, means the blood isn't carrying enough oxygen to the organs. It's as if the body is running on low battery all the time. The dog simply doesn't have energy for normal activities. Heart problems also manifest through fatigue. When the heart doesn't pump blood efficiently, all organs receive less oxygen and nutrients. The result is tiredness that doesn't improve with rest. Another possibility is hypothyroidism, a condition where the thyroid gland doesn't produce enough hormones. These hormones are like the metabolism's accelerator. Without them, everything in the body works slower: digestion, circulation, even thinking. The importance of noticing subtle changes in your pet's energy level cannot be underestimated. You live with your dog every day and are the person who best knows their normal behavior. If they were always playful and suddenly lost interest in playing, if they always ran to the door when you came home and now barely lift their head, these are important signs. Some associated warning signs include changes in appetite, weight alterations, more panting than normal, and reluctance to exercise. When these symptoms appear together, they form a picture that definitely deserves veterinary attention. Condition 4. Constant bad breath. Now let's talk about condition number 4, which is one of the most important and least noticed by pet owners. How many times have you heard someone say, "Oh, it's normal. All dogs have bad breath"? This belief is so ingrained that most people simply accept bad breath as something inherent to dogs. Let's clarify this issue once and for all. Constant bad breath is not normal in healthy dogs. In fact, it can be a warning sign for extremely serious conditions that, when ignored, can have devastating consequences. Persistent bad breath can indicate serious dental diseases. We're talking about advanced gingivitis, periodontitis, and even dental abscesses. But it goes far beyond the mouth. The bacteria present in these oral infections don't stay localized there. They enter the bloodstream and can cause infections in vital organs like the heart, liver, and kidneys. Speaking of kidneys, bad breath can also be an early sign of kidney disease. When the kidneys aren't adequately filtering toxins from the blood, these substances accumulate in the organism and can be detected through breath. It's a characteristic odor, often described as chemical or ammonia-like. The consequences of ignoring constant bad breath are frightening. In the case of dental diseases, the dog might be suffering intense pain silently. Dogs are masters at hiding pain, so while you think everything is normal, your pet might be in constant tooth pain. Progression can lead to tooth loss, infections that spread throughout the organism, and in extreme cases, septicemia. When it comes to kidney problems, the situation is even more critical. If not diagnosed early, kidney disease can progress silently until it reaches a point where damage is irreversible. We're talking about kidney failure, a condition that can be fatal. How do you identify when breath is really worrying? Occasionally, unpleasant breath after eating something specific is normal, but if the odor is constant, very strong, has chemical or ammonia-like characteristics, or if it's accompanied by other symptoms like reduced appetite, difficulty eating, excessive drooling, or behavioral changes, it's imperative to seek veterinary help immediately. Condition 5. Seemingly normal tremors or chills. Finally, let's talk about a symptom that's frequently misinterpreted: tremors. How many times have you seen a dog trembling and automatically thought, he must be cold, or he must be nervous? This association is natural. After all, we humans tremble when we feel cold or get anxious. But let's tell you something that could save your pet's life. Tremors in dogs can indicate conditions that require immediate veterinary attention. One of the most dangerous causes of tremors is hypoglycemia, that is, low blood sugar. This can happen especially in small dogs, puppies, or diabetic animals. When the brain doesn't receive enough glucose, the body enters an emergency state, and tremors are one of the first signs. If not treated quickly, hypoglycemia can lead to coma. Poisonings also cause characteristic tremors. Many substances toxic to dogs, from chocolate to cleaning products, can cause tremors as one of the first symptoms. In these cases, every minute counts to avoid permanent damage or even death. Neurological problems are another serious possibility. Conditions that affect the central nervous system can manifest through tremors, especially when localized in specific body parts. These can indicate everything from brain inflammation to tumors. And there's a cause that's often underestimated: intense pain. Dogs in severe pain can tremble, and since they're experts at hiding discomfort, tremors might be the only visible sign that something is terribly wrong. There are situations where tremors require immediate veterinary attention. If tremors are sudden and intense, if they come accompanied by vomiting, diarrhea, changes in consciousness, difficulty walking, or if the dog seems confused or disoriented, don't hesitate. Seek emergency veterinary help. How do you differentiate a passing tremor from something serious? Occasional tremors due to cold or anxiety usually stop when the cause is removed. If you warm the environment and the dog stops trembling, or if they calm down and the tremors cease, there's probably no reason for immediate concern. But if tremors persist, are very intense, come accompanied by other symptoms, or if you simply feel something isn't right, it's always better to err on the side of caution. What seems small can be enormous. We've reached the end of this important conversation, and we want to leave you with a reflection. Your dog can't say what they feel, but their body speaks. It's up to you to listen. All these symptoms we explored today have something in common. They start small, seem harmless, but can represent serious conditions that, when diagnosed early, have much better chances of effective treatment. The responsibility is yours as a pet owner. Observing behavioral changes, however small they may be, can make the difference between simple treatment and a veterinary emergency. Never underestimate the signs your pet is giving. Remember, knowledge is power, but action is life. If you recognized any of these signs in your dog, don't wait until tomorrow. Schedule a veterinary appointment today. And even if your pet seems healthy, regular checkups are essential to detect problems before they become serious. Your best friend depends on you to interpret the signs they can't express in words. Be the owner they deserve, attentive, careful, and always willing to put their health first.